Welcome back, guys. Are you able to hear me? Mm, I don't. Let me check the quality of the stream.
Just take a breath and take it deep to show the world that you can see a life that's full of wonder, but it will never be enough.
I think the quality is not clean. I can see there's a hazy.
Sunlight in the morning, until you pulled me right on back. This rift between us is deep, it's tearing at the seam. Sunlight in the morning, until you pulled me right on back. This rift between us is deep, it's tearing at the seam.
Let me check the mic again. I think the quality is fixed now. So let's see the. Awesome. Let me turn down the music a bit. I hope the music should be okay now.
It's murder. Go crazy, berserker. Go crazy.
Okay, let's begin. I think everything should be okay now. So let's start. So we are getting this patch on Tuesday, and they have released the patch a bit early. Let's close this one.
Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight. Cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh.
So let's see.
There will be a time.
We get the patch on Tuesday, 24th of January. I just turned on the music on my headphone. It was too loud for me. So they're saying clearly their main focus for this patch is to empower the mages. So they want to improve their power in the early to mid game, but not increase their power in the late game. That's what they say. So they clearly mentioned it specifically in the early game. And they're releasing the big news is we are getting Revenant finally. Just bear with me 1 second.
Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight. Cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh.
Let me just put the thumbnail.
There will be a time.
So it would help the people find the thing as well. Awesome. There's like no two sounds or anything. So people are able to hear the sounds loud and clear. So yes. So empower the mages and we are getting Revenant finally. So they write a pretty interesting introduction for Revenant. They're changing, that's just the basic introduction for the whole patch. So let's start with the Revenant, that's the main point. So they write, the ritual has been performed, the payment has been taken, the fearsome bounty hunter has been awoken, determined to pursue and punish those responsible for the destruction of his homeland. So they gave us a bit of introduction or sort of a backstory for his character, which I feel is nice. So, which is always nice. It's always better to get the backstory of a character. So then we talk about the Revenant abilities. So first of all, they talk about the passive. The passive for Revenant is called Bounty Hunter. It says Revenant starts with a rank in Hellfire rounds. He does not shoot faster with attack speed, but does gain 5% plus 1.5% per level plus 0.1% per 0.1% per 1% critical chance success. Increase total physical power. So basically, instead of attack speed, he gains 5% increase total physical power. So he gets an increase in the total physical power. When Revenant kills an enemy hero, he will gain 50 plus 25 bounty stack additional gold. So that's the same as, I think, if I'm not wrong, Paragon. The next one is his primary ability, that's Q, that's called Obliterate. That the cooldown is for 12 seconds, 11 seconds, 10 seconds, 9 seconds, and 8 seconds. Cost is 70 mana. It's all subject to change. We don't know, like, it's gonna get released and then they're gonna let us experiment on him for 2 weeks, and then they're gonna hopefully release some balance patch. And so Revenant unleashes 10 ethereal missiles that home in and hit random targets within a white cone, dealing 60, 85, 110, 135, 160 plus 50% bonus physical power plus 75% magical power. So they gave us an option for magical power as well. I think this is his only ability that delivers magical power damage that could be scaled up by magical power. So it's a random one, I think. So let's see how it works exactly when we get our hands on Revenant on Tuesday. The secondary ability, that's E, it's called Scar. Cooldown is pretty long. It's 20 seconds, 19 seconds, 18 seconds, 17 seconds, and 16. So I feel like you might need a bit of physical, you might need a bit of ability haste on him because his cooldown seems to be a bit long. Revenant launches a dark projectile that marks the first enemy target it hits, dealing 10, 25, 40, 50, 70 plus 50% bonus physical power, physical damage, and applying a scar that lasts for 5 seconds. The next 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 instances of damage dealt to this target by Revenant apply a 5% stacking slope for 1.25 seconds and deal 15% bonus magical damage. So we got magical damage here as well, and we got damage that scales with magical power as well. So I can see we might be able to do something with magical, like building Revenant as a magical damage sort of carry. I keep on alternating between my other screens and the screens. And the next one is our right mouse button. It's called Hellfire Rounds. Cooldown is 2 seconds. Revenant's 4 shot, that's like the reload, and every 4 shots deliver critical strikes as well as dealing 6% of the target's missing health as bonus physical damage. So basically what Revenant's major basic damage is physical damage. Revenant critical bonus damage is modified to 125, 135, 145, 155, 165 and 175%. So the active is Revenant instantly reload his hand cannon. Reload time is decreased with additional attack speed. So if you build attack speed, then you can decrease the reload time, and as it said, you can get it to the total physical power. You can use the additional physical attack speed to increase his total physical power. And that's his ultimate ability now, Reckoning. Cooldown is 140 seconds, 120 and 100. That's like not too bad. Cost is 100 mana. Revenant pulls himself and his target into the Netherrealm for 6 seconds, 7 seconds and 8 seconds, subsequently rooting the target for 0.5 seconds. Killing his opponents inside the Netherrealm will double the bonus gold gained from Bounty Hunter. So yeah, if you play him right, then you can snowball pretty fast because of the bonus gold that you get from Revenant. But that depends on the killing. It depends on the number of kills you have as Revenant, then you might be able to. If you're a person who has high kills, who gets high kills, then you're absolutely gonna snowball with Revenant. And next comes the major improvement. So this is the good news for all those people who supported the Predecessor game. So they are introducing early access icons for your profiles, and they're also telling us at the same time that the customization options are available to us in the profile. So as you can see, at the moment we will just have the profile icons, and later on they are planning to introduce the borders, titles and profile background. So it's a good thing they are thinking about like customization, like how each people likes to customize. That's the legendary. And if I'm not wrong, legendary, I just bought the legendary one, so I think one is called epic, and there should be one more pack, so you would be able to customize your profile based on how much you paid for the game. And the next important bit, which I found is really interesting, was the creep score bounties. So basically, what they're saying, like, if a team gets behind when killing people in a match, and then it gets really difficult for them to come on an equal ground with the opposite team. Yeah. So what they have done is the what they have done is they have, if the enemy team has a good amount of score they have related to your team, this will allow us. So basically, you will get more. This they are designed to remove in order. So if you kill a person who has a good creep score, like, so you would get bonus gold, sort of like bonus gold. That's what I understood from the whole thing. So, and they also have introduced the new post-match screens. We are adding two post-match screens in this update. The first is a screen that will allow you to add players after a match, which is good. Why not start grouping up with teammates that you enjoy playing a game? And you also get to see the statistics after the game. And also you can see the team, the people who are playing the enemy team and your team. You can see them, what they have chosen basically. And they're introducing weekly leaderboards as well. Each week we will be sharing a leaderboard showcasing the top 100 players. Initially this will be shared on social media. So what they're saying is they're going to directly integrate into the game, so which is good. And the requirement to be on the leaderboard is you need to have 10 games per week just to qualify for that. That's just the qualification to enter into the leaderboard. It's not sure you're going to get into the 100 players, but if you keep on playing nicely, then yeah, you will definitely get your bit. And next at the end of the match survey, it's something for their how was the match and rating, and that's just the general quality of life improvement they are introducing. This is another quality of life improvement they have introduced. So they have removed a bunch of bugs and everything, and they have, oh yeah, so like if you are, it says first improve matchmaking, the party modifier. So they are introducing a new, the party modifier now. When queuing up in a group, the MMR of everyone in the party will be inflated based on the size of the party to compensate for the increased coordination and resulting win chance and that parties typically have. So I had a few matches this past week, I would say, whereas there were a stack, and I think there was a 4-man stack. I had like 3 matches against them, and I lost all 3 of them because I was playing with random people. So if you play with random, it's nothing wrong in that way. So you won't have as much as coordination as compared to the group who's on comps, and they completely steamrolled us. Like it was like a 18-minute or 20-minute win, which was really bad. And the games were not enjoyable because they tower dove like 18 minutes or 15 minutes. I think the first tower dove that they did was at 12 minutes. All 4 of them, I think, ganked my lane. I was playing as a support, and not fun. And it happened in the next match as well, if I'm not wrong. I was playing mid, and it was all 5 of them tower diving at like 15 minutes again. So yeah, and I'm really happy about this thing. So they are really they have changed a bit in the penalty system improvement. So an AFK penalty lasts 14 days. So if you're toxic in game and you are feeding AFK in a game, then you get a maximum of 48 hours of ban, whereas dodge queue is only 12 hours, which I can understand is a bit less punishing as compared to the AFK. AFK is like you have went into the match and then you're not playing the game match, and your teammates are struggling and you're being toxic. And the next point is like they want to combat the toxicity. So they have implemented bunch of moderation tool, and they're gonna change. So they are monitoring the toxicity, which is really nice. Like, we don't want toxic people, and these are some of the other improvements. So I will just link this in the stream description, so if anybody wants to check it out, then they are free to go ahead and check it. Let me just put the link in the description of the stream, so if somebody wants to check, they can. You should be able to check the stream, and you should be able to find it now. Let's and now comes the balance changes. So they have, so for counters it's nothing major. What they have done is just they have improved the recommended path for counters to blue buff in the jungle. For crunch, they feel crunch is in decent balance wise, and I think it's enough. Basically, from what I feel, passive healing no longer benefits from damaging minions. So you gotta hit the enemy hero to get the healing. So I think it's enough. So they have given a bit of nerf to Faye as well. So because like they feel like the Faye's ultimate was pretty strong, I would say. We are giving players a little more counterplay to Faye's ultimate so that we can increase the power budget of our overall kit. And they have given people to get out of her ultimate, but at the same time they have increased her power as well. So her Q ability has damage scaling has been changed from 80 to 90, 120 to 125, 160 to 160, same, 200 to 195, they decreased it a bit, and 242 to 30. So they have decreased it on the higher ends and increased it on the lower ends. So the harvest nettle, so the E basically, which is like if you hit the enemy hero with E, you get the mana back. So which was pretty nice. So they have increased the damage as well, which is certainly nice, from 60 to 70, 90 to 105, 120 to 140, 150 to 175, and 180 to 210. So it's like on the upper end, it's increase of more than 25. And scaling decreased from 60% to 55%. Projectile speed, they have increased the speed as well. So Light Trap R, that's her ultimate. So they correctly increase damage based on its level. Tentacle break distance decreased from 1750 to 100. Full delay increased. So the delay has been increased from 0.6 seconds to 0.75 seconds. So enemy heroes get a bit more time to counteract her ultimate, basically. The next one is Gideon. So they have given him a damage boost, and scaling, his scaling has been decreased. So they have sort of like tried to help his early to mid games. So they have stated the point again. I'm gonna restate it. So they want the mages to feel a bit more stronger. So that's what this patch is focused on. And the next one is Howitzer. Howitzer has been too oppressive, so they have decreased R20 delay after firing by 2.2 seconds, and they have the right mouse button. They have increased the total amount of mines from 16 to 11. And the grenades also have a tighter formation. They have increased the base damage from 5 to 6, 12, and 30. So that's always good. Reduced scaling from 4. They have reduced scaling increase from 4 to 6%. The next mid lane mage is Beleka. So So they are saying she felt a bit clunky after casting a Sesamic Assault. That's her Q ability. So we are letting players move and cast a little quicker after casting to help her feel less like a sitting duck when finishing while fishing. Sorry, when fishing for big stunts. So Sesamic Assault Q description, they have fixed the description, decreased lock out by 0.2 seconds. Void drone 20% scaling now correctly applies to the damage dealt. It was a bug basically. And here comes the nerf on my favorite item, Alchemical Rod. So they have nerfed it. So no longer it gives you 8 mana per stack, it gives you 4 now. So which would apply to Azure Core as well. So Bloodlust, they have changed the name from Bloodlust to Bloodletter. And they have it's Mind Razor stacks to Grand Krisher. We're changing the passive name. So they have changed the passive name for Mind Razor from Arcane Strength, from Arcane Power to Arcane Strength. So there was a bug. So I think it states 3 stacks. It used to state 4 stacks. Now it states correctly 3 stacks. So there was a bug in this Astral Catalyst passive spell slinger. So they have improved, corrected it basically. So now Azure Core, as I told you, it's got now mana stack is down to 4 from 8. They have given a buff to combustion. They clearly write combustion has been overshadowed by the other first by items due to its inability to keep a mage in lane. We are giving it a little more mana to help players feel a little more comfortable in picking it up first. Mana increase from 200 to 300. So yeah, they gave a buff to combustion. Just a second, guys.
So cold, yeah, my heart is sinking like a storm. Cold, I'm so cold, yeah, my heart is sinking like a storm.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so the next item that we come is Livebinder. Livebinder, they have increased the magical power from 50 to 60, magical life steal reduced from 15 to 10. They have removed the tenacity, but they have added ability haste to it, which is always good. And they have removed the leech passive. Instead, they have given it Vital Bond, which is gain ability haste, 0.5% bonus health per 50 magical power. So I think it has gone a bit of buff. I think it should work well on Fae. I don't know. They say it works well on Sevrog. To read the description, Livebinder again felt a bit too niche to fit into any builds reliably. Instead, we are looking to enable Magical Bruiser build by giving them a new capstone option. This newly improved Livebinder should find a solid place as a third or fourth slot for mages that build a bit more durable with items like World Breaker and Dream Binder. It also helps give Sevrog a new offensive option to scale into when he gains a lead. So yeah, I feel it's a sort of a buff to the item Lifebinder. They have removed the magical, they have reduced the lifesteal and they have removed the tenacity but added ability haste, which is huge on Sevrog and characters like Faye, who are basically dependent on their abilities for damage. Faye is like super dependent on her abilities for the damage. The next one is Golem's Gift. So they are looking to overshift some of the Golem Gift's power into its haste over raw power and armor. This should help it feel a bit more better as a more utility driven item in the final couple of slots for mages. So again, it's like a fourth or fifth item selection for a mage. Magical power decreased from 70 to 60, but ability haste given increased from 10 to 20, which is huge. Passive renamed from Artillery Golem to Stone Skin. So the Stone Skin passive, total magical power and physical armor decreased from 40 to 30. Stacks lost per physical damage instance received decreased from 10 to 6. And they have sort of nerfed Oblivion Crown. And let's know the reasoning behind it. See, the OC was a bit too catch-all in its previous capstone form. It also had no downtime as a spike and so we are transitioning it to still be strong general use item but with a strong damage focused niche. The item should now find a more specialized niche for heroes like Faye and Belika who look to blow up a target quickly during particular windows of opportunity. So it's a sort of helping for the burst damage for Faye and Belika. Annihilate magical power bonus decreased from 35% to 15%. New passive, that's the one they're talking about. Oblivion. Not the Oblivion from Elder Scrolls. Your next instance of ability damage against an enemy hero will be an additional 8% of their current health as magical damage and increase their magical damage taken by 10% for 3 seconds, 30-second cooldown. So they fixed a bug, basically a collection description fixed for prophecy, and they changed a bit of Tainted Scepter. Most Tainted Scepter items tend to naturally scale or have a scaling of some form that makes them generally applicable across a game. Scepters as true damage does somewhat naturally scale, but this scaling is fairly minimal related to others. We are adding a small magical power scaling to rectify this. Malice base damage per stack decreased from 6 to 5. Malice 1% magical power per stack scaling added. So they increased this one, but I think it should be 1% increase is huge. They fixed a item description bug for this one for the Viper, and we got a name for finally for Leviathan. Its name has been changed to Tainted Bastion. This is like sort of nice. Leviathan, I think Leviathan was pretty nice name. Tainted Bastion, it's a good, decent name. I think it's sort of 80% makes up for Leviathan's name, but I still like the name Leviathan. I don't know if you know of Leviathan, so let me check Leviathan for you. What is a Leviathan? So when they say Leviathan, like this sort of creature comes to my mind. Okay, except I don't care about it. Me. Leviathan. Isn't he sort of badass? See? Nice, right? No, that's not Leviathan, that's Leviathan. Anyway, let's get back. And I think we're almost done now. It comes to the bug fixes. There are loads of bug fixes. I don't think I need to go into detail with them. But yeah, that's all in all with the new update that the new patch they're releasing on Tuesday. We are finally getting Revenant, which is huge. Everybody is gonna go crazy. So they're releasing it on Tuesday, 24th. Everybody is gonna go ham. That's the patch 0.3. And that's it. Oh yeah, also guys, I might be streaming nowadays. I think every once or twice a week. I'm gonna try to stream like 5 games in a stream. 5 depending how I feel, 3 or 5, how quickly we can find the games. So yeah, so this is everything that I had to discuss with you guys. So let me know in the I'll let this stream be uploaded on YouTube, and let me know what do you guys think about it. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time. This is your boy Ghoul signing off. Bye now.